Today I'm joined by Dr. Dina Turkeya, a dentist, author, and researcher whose work sits beautifully at the crossroads of healthcare, storytelling, and social impact. Dina blends science with creativity, using her voice and writing to humanize healthcare, amplify marginalized stories, and explore what it really means to care for people beyond the clinic walls. From dentistry to authorship, her journey reflects resilience, identity, and a deep commitment to lifelong learning. If you're curious about how a clinician can also be a creator, an advocate, and a bridge between worlds, this conversation with Dina is one you don't want to miss. Let's dive in.
Hi Dina, مرحبا كيفك? Thank you. It's my pleasure to having you today. And as just we discussed, I feel sometimes it's difficult for me to speak on English with someone Arabic, and also we have the same nationality, and I'm proud of my nationality. So I was mentally prepared to speak in Arabic, but in the same time, I agree with you. Some of the topics when it's coming for professionalism, education, and some of those medical terminology, it's very hard to get them in Arabic. And having said so, let's try how to make it today. So Dina, I'm very happy having you today. Today we have someone have the passion and also see the clinical setup and also see the atmosphere around us worldwide. However, you have very traumatic experience, but still you are happy, positive, and see from different lens. So I'm happy today to know more about you and discuss further about your study and the challenge you face as a new grad and exploring the market.
Yeah, thank you, Anas. I'm Dina Turkeya. I'm a fresh graduate. I graduated from the Faculty of Dentistry this year, but it was supposed to be the last year. We will say why all these delays happened during the episode. I'm now in the stage of preparing for the internship year in dentistry, and I would like to discuss with you in this podcast more about the challenges and the real phase of life after graduation, especially from healthcare field.
Absolutely. But Dina, before we get dive in, why you accept my invite and come and sit with me to discuss your experience? Can you share me why?
Honestly, I would like to share my story and the story of my colleagues, because I guess a lot of people like me don't have the space to express their thoughts about many topics. So I found this is a good space to just discuss these ones.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to have this, and I will give you all the space and the time which you need. So no rush. So Dina, what did you expect your career would look like after dental school, and how you did reality compare between what you thought and what is right now?
Honestly, I thought that after graduation, everything will be very simple and straightforward. I will finish dental school, I will complete my internship year, then I get the license and start applying for jobs and start working. But the real thing that after graduation, there are many options and a little guidance, and you get stuck in so many things. So you have to decide either you want to specialize, either you want to pursue a master, or just work in the field of dentistry in a clinic or hospital. But there is so many options. But the thing that you are not trained or not trained, you don't have the experience enough to make the right decision, especially that all what you think about during university is passing exams, graduation with high marks and these stuffs. So when you graduate, you feel there is a huge gap between the university life and real world life in general.
Do you realize this after you graduated or while you are still in the school?
Honestly, I heard from my colleagues who are older than me and from dentists and doctors that this is a normal gap and everyone will feel it. So I was expecting this gap.
Right.
When you hear about it, is a little bit more different from experiencing. شو كنت بحكي؟ sorry.
You had been advised by your colleague
Yeah.
and doctors and you experienced, but I think you continue.
Yes. So I was saying that hearing about it is totally different from being actually in this situation.
Okay, I can understand, and it seems there's something where you expected and something where you love it, and you find still there is gap. However, you thought you are prepared, but then you discovered it's way more than you expected. That's what you meant to say. Okay. طيب, what surprise? Okay, okay. You told me you tried to be prepared. Can you describe the first time you realized was a gap between your education and real life clinical practice?
I realized this during my university training, practical training courses. When we were dealing with patient, like the patient has so many concerns and medical issues and fears sometimes and anxiety that is like something different from what we read at textbooks, because in textbooks everything is like there is ideal cases, simple treatment plans, everything is straightforward. If you have A, you will get B, and everything is so ideal in textbooks. And even if they explaining some complex cases, there is a difference when you have it like when the patient is sitting in your chair and and some patients have like overlapping medical issues, some unexpected, for example, a coincidence, unexpected complications.
Mhm.
So yeah, um, what I realized that the dental chair is totally different from what we read at textbooks, and every patient like is a unique and new lesson to you. Like you will learn something from every patient you treat.
Okay, so from student perspective, as should be covered during your placement and rotation, so you will have been supervised, and will be helpful by them, and they will give you the guidance, which is something sometimes it's very hard to cover everything's on your book on your curriculum. So, is this is something is covered during your placement?
Yes, like we have supervision from dentists and doctors with us, but it's not enough. It covers the basics and the cases we deal, but they like for example, when there is a patient, they give us indication or contraindication to do it. If it's so complicated, they refuse us to do it because they say no, you still like you're an entry level, you're not experienced enough to treat this case, so you will do it like in later stages. So we have a little bit limitation in treating patients at university. For my colleagues who's already like finished the internship year, they told me that here in this internship year, you deal with everything and you will learn much better than university because it's like similar to the real work cases.
I see. Now, if I want to see it also again from your perspective as a student, and you were almost about to be graduated, or you are now graduated, but in that transition period when you started your placement and now you are graduated, what surprised you the most about working as a dentist in the real world?
Maybe that I spend more time explaining the treatment to the patient and listening to their concerns and, like calming an anxious patient than the time I spend doing the treatment itself. Like I thought I realized that communication and trust building is a time consuming. I don't mean like it's not beneficial. It's very important, but it takes so much time and effort than I expected it.
Have you been trained in how to handle the patient and share with them those information and get their buy-in while you share the treatment plan? Or this is something it's part from the gap?
Look, they trained us a little bit about this, but as I mentioned, this training isn't enough. Like you can include it one among the
I remember during my study where my colleague they are dentists. So in their internship and in the last year, they supposed to bring the patient themselves. So I need to go and find the patient. So most of the time they bring patient or they bring their colleague. They know about their case. They make it fit perfect for themselves, and they agree on the script what they will told, what they answer, nothing more beyond that. So this is one of the things I believe it's good to secure your grade and marks, but it's very hard when you get into the market. Do you agree with this?
Honestly, this is a struggle we were facing at university because we were supposed to get the patient ourselves. So I started to look on social media. I want blah 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 case. If you have this problem, you can contact me. And we were like bringing the patient to the university. But most of the time, I don't know them. But some friends of me, like yeah, they were family members, friends, whatever, and everything is more than perfect with them. They have a great communication because they already deal about what they would say exactly. But yes, honestly, this won't mimic the real life situation. So it's yeah.
Another challenge to add to the list. Let's move now more deep about it's not only you, Dina, situation, but overall in the region. So both of us, we are Palestinian and we are Arabic speaker, and we have the same pain and challenge. And I'm proud being Arabic by race and also Palestinian. But maybe not everyone. However, I am a Palestinian, but I never been there. I most of my life out of Palestine. So having said that, still there is challenge. You have the other. They thought they understand it, but for sure we don't understand it like how you live it. So as someone study in Palestine and you graduated, and while you are graduated, you came across a lot of the challenge. One of those challenges where you are in the internship, the war is started, and also this is led for a lot of the economic instability and access for resource, like for example patients. Imagine you are in the war and you're trying to find a patient, however, and also for sure the pressure you had on yourself as a student. You want to pass your exam, but at the same time, there is catastrophic behind you. So, would you please give me more insight about these challenges and describe it for us a little bit just to understand it? How someone like you need to be fit for the patient and for the market with having all those challenges around here.
It's very hard to keep your mindset and mental health at its top while facing challenges like war, instability, a financial crisis. There was a lot of limitation in resources and in movement. Like travel is a big issue. Like we weren't able to travel easily because of closure of the borders and difficulty in getting visa and securing funds for traveling. So we have like less exposure to the international community, like as general inside like the city, inside the country itself, the chances to grow is very limited. The room that it brings to grow in your career is very limited because the competition is very high, the resources are very limited. And if you get like a chance to work there, most of the time the salary is low, like you are under because the fact that there is no instability in the region, like in general, not only in the field. So all of this like affect negatively in the way like we look at our careers in the future. But it wasn't like a reason to stop like our dreams and our ambitions to pursue high positions and get something like we want. Yeah, it was very hard to have like to make balance between all these challenges and focusing and moving on in life like nothing has happened, like everything is normal. So I guess like Palestinian students and graduates and doctors like face extra uh, um, pardons, like extra challenges in finding careers and in general like in this field.
I totally understand, but yeah, I know you have my empathy, but still, nothing can felt like your pain. All my wishes and my pray for you and your family and all Palestinian worldwide. And also, this is not only for Palestine. Everywhere we would like to have to see the peace and see how we can find a time to think how we can improve our life and think about the future more than how to destroy our present. So, having said all those challenges, you have it right now as a student while you are pursuing your education to be ready for the market. Assuming you now discover all those things and you ignore them like what you are trying to do. So, what is the real challenge right now for you to start your career?
Now
Yes.
there are so many, like, because now I'm not in Palestine, as you know. I moved to Egypt after the war. So, like, being in another country is every country has its regulations. For example, in Palestine, when I graduate, I can take internship directly without any procedures. But because I studied in Palestine, I want to continue my internship in another country, I have to do extra procedures. So these procedures are a little bit complicated, and because of, like, the situation is very hard to get, like, your papers, your documents to submit these applications. So I guess in this time the real challenge is, like, the situation in Palestine that prevented us from pursuing, like, our future plans. Did you get it?
Absolutely. So I'm trying now to think about two different situations to see your preparation. Let's assume everything's as is, normal life, pinky life, no challenge, and you graduated from Palestine. Let's think about, I know it's still in that time, you know your network, your colleague, and you face those challenges. You don't face it by yourself. But if you graduated and you want to start work on Palestine, what is the challenge you will have in that time?
And that time, I will, like, there is, like, for example, some exams during the internship. You have to pass these exams to get license. After that, you have to create a good portfolio and CV and start applying for jobs. And you will think more about the interviews, these stuff. So you will, like, normal, like, career seeking challenges that everyone seek around the world.
Okay.
But yeah.
But right now, because you are in different area or a different country, so you and still you are not decided where you want to live. So every country have their own regulatory body and their own regulation and procedure. So it's very hard to think on the long term. So it should be in short term, 1 2 years maximum, just to make sure you are ahead of the curve to be prepared to get into the market and start your professional. So another question for you. So this is the gap because you moved from Palestine to Egypt and now you get additional procedure. And roughly, how much this cost you time and money because for this movement and change in the regulation? Can you estimate this in very high level?
Like, it costs a lot. It costs a lot of time, a lot of energy, like, because you're waiting.
That means 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. How much? 1 year.
Maybe it can take from few months to a year.
For you, how long would you take this?
When I from Gaza to Egypt in 2024, everything was stopped. I didn't get a chance to finish the remaining practical courses for graduation. I guess that I moved to Pakistan to study these practical courses to have this practice in clinics there. Then I returned to Egypt and did equalization for these courses. After that, I graduated finally, but the time until the certificate, transcript, and everything get released from university to us here, it takes time. And, like, I waited for like maybe 4 or 5 months before I was able to get a chance to finish the training in Pakistan. And I spent, like, almost 4.5 months or 4 months there. Then I returned here and everything stopped. So yeah, it's more than a year.
Yeah, so because I know your situation and we were
Yeah.
close, so for you still it is counting, it's not finished. So this is the challenge for you to answer this question because there is no clear pathway
Yeah.
how long will take until you start your career. For you now, you graduated, but you cannot start because there is still paperwork is not finished,
Yeah.
and this is not your end. There's three different country work together in order to get your that. Okay. And I know why Pakistan, but why Pakistan?
It was the only option I was having. A country, like, accepted this training because we are not, like, students in its country. And but this is a challenge of Palestine. They can't get the residency in any country easily. For example, the Palestinians in Egypt, don't have a residency, so they can't work, they can't study, they can't like do anything or travel easily until they get this. So it was very hard to manage this to all the students. I have another passport which is Egyptian, but this is facilitated the procedure here in Egypt a little bit, but because I already studied in another country, this is still like it's another challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very complicated that no one will understand.
And, we and
ليفل الوحش.
formal education. So just to make it sure, do you think like something like time management, patient communication, handle difficult conversation, dealing with difficult patient? What you think is the essential skill set or formal skill set is missed in your education?
Time management, for example, in real life, when you have to handle many patients in a day and when you have emergency or delays, so we aren't trained enough to how to manage this. Also, stress management when how to handle like burnout when because dentistry is really stressful career. Also, we have challenges. Yeah, patient communication, like when like they have, for example, they can't understand what you are explaining exactly. Some procedures are a little bit complicated to explain. So in this case, you have to show them like videos, a patient, like previous treatments you did to another patient, and explain step by step to them in a language that they can understand. This also we weren't taught in university. This is the thing that you will learn by practice and observing like professionals. I guess these are the main things. And handling complicated cases. Handling complicated cases, yeah, because they say to us like when you have a complicated case, you can refer it to a specialist. He can handle it. I totally agree. Like when you know you have a limitation in your experience and knowledge, it's more than fine to refer the patient to a person who can handle it fully. But we have also to get exposure to what this like about the specialization options. Even by observing, it's not like it's not easy to do it yourself. But observing these cases like implants, these stuffs are very beneficial for the students during their education.
Yeah, so mainly, if I can summarize here, you see time management, communication, and we underrated those communication. We thought if we can speak, that man, we are communicate was totally wrong. And also the psychological safety, something it's too early for the student to get into the system and be burned. So you were burned before you get in. I can understand why you are burned because you just share a lot of the children you have it. Is this is all? If I want not to consider yourself, go for ideal student. Is this still the ideal student with all resource around him? With this skill set is covered in their in their education system, or still will be get into the system and they will feel as a burnout and there is no psychological safety for themselves.
I guess that the university like focus more about like clinical experience and knowledge, and these like soft skills they don't cover it in the way that we will make you prepared, fully prepared for the market. So I guess all students all over the world will have this. They will feel this gap and will have the same like concerns and challenges.
Okay, okay, I see. I do agree with you also, to be honest, but I would like to hear from your generation. I am a bit older than this, so I don't want to overlook or underrated your challenge. So knowing you, I know you are doing very good and very optimistic and enthusiasm. So how you did learn those skills on the job, and what the resource helped you most?
Honestly, I learned it the hard way by doing. I was like if I was considering that every patient sitting in this chair is a responsibility in the first term. So I was do a lot of self-study and observing many doctors. I was training in many clinics beside the training at university. I was like observing what they do exactly, how they communicate with the patient, how, for example, they navigate the stress and physical fatigue after the clinic work, because it's very exhausting also. So I was like a little bit not focusing or leaning on the university training itself. I had like extra training from other resources, so that maybe it helped me a little bit with my like practice.
Type, if you want or if you wish, dental school could include something or upgrade their curriculum to have better prepare for the students. What these things you would like to have?
The soft skills that I
Soft
mentioned before.
skills, anything you believe as a student is good to have in your curriculum, whatever.
Okay, the soft skills like time management, stress management, these stuffs, and also career planning. Because, like, I guess it's very important to have like mentors during your university years and also after graduation. So I guess like career planning, how to let the students know what are the options that they will have after graduation, inviting professionals to talk about their experience, the people who already specialize, how the specialization journey was, the people who just remain in the same level and work, how their experience was. So I guess if they like they have this like speeches during university year, this will give more exposure to the students to know what is waiting them after graduation.
Mm.
And also mental health issues and how to handle burnout and these stuffs. I guess no university like focus on these stuffs, because what matters for them is like getting high marks, passing exams, like succeeding university. It's very important, but there are like hidden things behind this, that there's a lot of troubles and a lot of like mental issues that many students feel. So it's good if they have a space to just help students like handle it.
Okay. So let's assume I am your dean and I listen for you and I want to give this request for you. Do you think it's good for you to have those skill set and preparation for the market and help you to manage your stress and all those stuff by your professors? So this is to be through them, so they will teach you academic and also teach you all those skills, or bring someone, maybe our team or group, they are work on the market day to day, they are not academic but they are in the field, they can teach you and learn you those skill sets. If you have those two options, what you will choose?
Absolutely, this group, because they have the exposure to the markets. They will tell us the reality, because academic learning is far away different from the practical reality. So, yeah, the second option.
Type, why are skills like adaptability, digital literacy, public speaking, and freelancing increasingly important for the dentist day? You mentioned this already a little bit during your answers, but checking your profile and see what you are doing, you do those such as skills and those exposures. So my question for you, why this is important?
Okay, if you are talking about dentistry and the healthcare industry, that this field is evolving very fast. Every day there is a new technique, there is new advancements and researches and new softwares to use. So you have to be like to get to know or to start to learn these stuffs, because they are the future. What we learned at university has become a little bit outdated. Like for example, like we take impressions for the lab, but now they use another softwares. They take the impression digitally, not manually. Uses this annoying materials that the patient feel a little bit uncomfortable, and it costs like it wastes a lot of patience different, and dentist time also. So the thing that we learn and practice at university is different from what the world is becoming now. So having this literacy, yeah, will help you be up to date. And also the other stuffs like freelancing and public speaking and the stuffs, the skills you mentioned are good if you are looking for more independent and more options in your career. If you don't want to be in just one box, if you want to get other options and get into other fields, they will help you a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely, and lovely. Okay, I'm trying to now structure my thoughts. Yeah, let's move for the mentorship. So, how did mentorship or networking help you transition from student to professional?
Yeah, networking is very, very important because I realized that like most of the opportunities you will get is through your networks, not through like applying directly to companies or to training, internships or whatever. Like I realized that a lot of like opportunities come through networks. For example, a colleague or a professional in the field, they tell you, do you know someone who is good at blah blah blah? Do you know someone? If they know you in person, for example, they will like invite you to do this thing without like doing this like job applications and these stuffs. So in case of like opportunities, it will help you a lot. Also, networking, like it will let you know, not from, for example, as a student, all the people you know are from, for example, your professors at university, your colleagues, but this won't like open so many doors to you. If you have like dentists and doctors and professionals in the field from uh, for example, from international community, you will get some chances to attend conferences, for example, get research opportunities. So it will help you develop more faster than if you rely on the standard ways.
Yeah, so if I hear you very well, so this is will open door for you for opportunity, give you access for more scientific and academic conferences, community also help you to build and create or to be part from research and maybe also to come and bring patent. And also at the same time, you will have your own relation and connection worldwide if you use this a skill set and this digital literacy, right? Okay. So you mentioned open doors for you. Can you give me a story or share with me a story for relation or community connection has opened the door for you?
Okay, when I was in Gaza, I have like a good network there. A doctor I know like introduced me to a specialist doctor who works in implantology, and I was attending implants cases there, and I learned how to interpret CBCT scanning and imaging, and it was something like beyond my university study because it's very advanced for me. So it helped me a lot. And when I moved to Egypt, like it was a very hard time for me because I don't know a lot of people there. I don't have a good network, but through internet, like a doctor I know also introduced me to another doctor in the UK, and we started to have regular calls about discussing topics related to dentistry. He sent me some research papers, some textbooks, something that helped me like learn more during this like post period of time that I was everything was stopped at this time. So I guess it helped me a lot, and helped me become a better person and like get early exposure on topics. It's like normal students or normal people didn't get this chance without
Awesome.
networks.
Awesome. طيب, did you ever feel pressured right now or in the past to specialize or follow a single path? And how you did handle that? You mentioned something in the beginning in your intro, but is something pressuring you to be specialized or follow your single path right now?
Like the community and society like make a lot of pressure on you to be one thing, to specialize, to follow a certain path, and they have like some standards and definitions for success. You have to be this to be successful. If you like get out of the crowd, they don't consider you successful. But for me, I believe that everyone have to take his time to see what's most suitable for him or her, because everyone has different ambitions and personalities and dreams and things wanted and goals also. So like neglecting these steps and just putting pressure and rushing to take a decision, and after for example they specialize and then they realize that this is something I don't enjoy, I don't want to be this all my life. Like it was a commitment, like it takes a lot of time and effort and money, it takes a lot of things. It will be like very bad if they have this realization after they skip this like long path. So I guess everyone has to uh, have like to slow down, like ask himself what I want, what my career goals are, what will make me satisfied. This will help him like be better version of himself, uh, despite what the society say, what they do. So the most important thing is to do something you really passionate about.
Yes, and I want to give more context about that, especially for my Western audience. In our culture, Arab culture, there is a huge factors for your decision came from social and from family. They try to guide you and put you on the track or pathway because they believe this is the right for you. However, what you thought and what you think and what you are planning, they listen for you, but if this is not match with them, sometimes you will feel a huge pressure in yourself to take to follow their decision or their plan. Otherwise, you will be face to face with them, what is another pressure for them. I see this is maybe a little bit our parents start to have this change for the new generation, but it still is there and exists compared with the other culture. We are more away for pressuring our kids, or not kids, our children, in order to go for the path where we thought this is good for them and they need to do that. Right?
Right, I agree.
It's happened for me. It's happened for me. And I studied because in that time I didn't fight because I don't know what my passion. So later on, all what I have studied on the school, after 3 years of experience, I drop it back and start my own career on the way how I want. So, and this is still, it is something is not unique. It is common across all our country, male Arab country. I hope our parents and the parents, if any parents listen for us, to not use that. And I remember myself right now. In the future, I will not do it for my son. How can young professional balance their passion and skeptical expectation? So everyone have expectation and passion, and sometimes this feeling, no, I'm not ready, I'm not fit. So what is your insight here?
What exactly, in which field, in what aspect?
How you make the balance between your passion
Yeah.
and your expectation about the challenge, or your expectation of the market, knowing all those challenges we
Yeah.
have it right now on the market.
Okay, it's not easy to balance these, by the way, but being kind to ourselves, like for example, we know that we want to reach this goals. We make small steps until we get into this goal. So that's
Lilian, Jad is not here. Jad is not here. Jad is not here. Jad in the school. Sorry. مقلعصني هذا. الولد بضل يجي يطلب في جاد يلعب مع ابني، وابني هسه قاعد في الجامع عنده شو اسمه، حاطه في كامب مع الجامع.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay. كتر كتير. So yeah, So it starts with knowing ourselves, and like as I mentioned, it's all about self-awareness, being honest what we want to be, what our interests are, and not neglecting the expectation of the society, for example, but not losing ourselves to satisfy or fulfilling these society requirements or definition of success. Is it different? The answer is different from what you already asked.
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if I want to know how did you stay resilient and keep moving forward despite the barriers like your travel and travel restriction and your also residency restriction in the area where you are having living right now, and also having limited opportunity for you. How you stay resilient?
That resilience isn't about being strong all the time. It's about not giving up what like our dreams and goals, despite all the uncertainty and all the challenges and the changes that happen. So even if I told myself that I have to move slower, even the steps I take are very small and slow. That's fine. But I was trying to have my mentality to not like giving up the goals I was planning a long time ago. So it's not easy to be resilient. You have to face yourself, like the worries inside you, the situation, the reality in the region,
Mm.
the changes in the job market. Keep all these stuff in your mind. It's not easy, but with God mentality and these stuffs can help you.
What role did technology help you or play on overcoming those barriers?
Yeah, technology was maybe the only available resources for many Palestinians because they can't move physically to places, attend conferences, or get many chances. So many of our networks and courses and workshops we were taking online. So I guess technology can help you like stay connected with the international community, get read articles and see the advancement in the field, and for example create a personal plan for yourself, even if you whenever you are. So technology is a good tool if you use it in the good way.
Okay, right. So if you want to look back and think not only about you, also about your peers. So what are the some common mistake you and them made from your perspective?
First of all, not creating a portfolio during our university study, because many of my colleagues already graduated. When they want to apply for a job, the first question they were asked, show us your portfolio. What are the cases you already done? If they already didn't create any, so how could they convince the person that they are good enough? So creating portfolio during university study, taking or a common mistake is focusing on exams and passing exams, and like neglecting thinking about their career after graduation, or take a serious decision, or just not serious decisions, very hard to decide, but to get to know what they are waiting for them. So I guess academic success and passing exams is very important, but we also have to prepare ourselves in terms, for example, getting soft skills and mentoring and get the early exposure on the field during our university study.
And this is we keep repeat the same challenge and the same things we think it's good to have for the student. So those is non-academic area and all those non parts from curriculum, it's become more and more important for the student and the graduator or in new grad in order to be prepared and market fit. Like, what honest advice would you give to current student and the new graduates in?
Oh, a lot of things. First of all, be kind to yourself, and also like the university years are already stressful enough. I know, because during university, most of the time I wasn't thinking about anything other than passing this term, finishing exams, finishing my cases that are required. So it's already stressful. And when I see the competition and I hear from the people who are older than me, I get like a lot of time depressed because the reality looks so hard, like when I hear it from them. So be kind to yourself, create a goals, and know what you want to do, and take like small steps, and with get with having good networks, good ambitious, and good mentality, you can do everything.
You mentioned a lot of the things. If I want to rank them and give me the number one to focus on it, is this is something related for self-discovery or skill mindset or networking and connection, whatever. What is the number one from your perspective?
All of them are important, but for
All the
me,
above.
maybe I will choose self-awareness, because if I really know myself, I will start to know which skills I want to focus on, and which network I want to get exposure to and get in contact with them. Because if I like, it was like taking random decisions, and started to learn random skills and get to know random people, and then I realized that it's not like aligned with my goals. So when you like know yourself, everything will depend on this. Everything you will learn, everything you will do. So it's very important.
يعطيك العافية Dina. We are done and I'm happy with your thoughts and I hope your voice to be heard. And also it is not Dina challenge. We have a lot of such a discussion offline and I keep here this a lot and a lot and a lot. And also from my side, working with my client and with the new with the student and the fresh graduated. This is something I keep here a lot and a lot, and this is where I try to build this platform. This is where I invite Dina to come here. Dina, I bring you to speak up and reflect your voice as a student, and also at the same time to give the extra source of the Palestinian challenge as well and to be heard internationally. And maybe it's good for us we take this in English, so this will be better for them to access and listen for your story. Dina, I'm very happy and proud of you, and thank you for being part from this podcast. And at the end, I will give you the mic, whatever you want to give us or advise us or tell us any story. So the mic is yours. You decide in the way how you want to close this episode.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for the invitation and for this podcast. Maybe I want to give a small advice to everyone who listen to me. For the students, as I mentioned, be kind to yourself, know yourself, create a set of goals, and be connected. And for the professionals, give a chance for the new graduates and students to grow, because I guess maybe many professionals see it's like a waste of time to just bring someone and teach him from zero. Yeah, so I guess it's very important to give the new graduates a space and chances in every field in healthcare. And for everyone who listened to the podcast, just keep Palestine in your prayers and pray for them always. And thank you all.
يعطيك العافية. شكرا لك دينا. Seeing you soon inshallah with the success story to share with us.
Inshallah.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.
If this episode sparked something in you, here's how you can keep our mission alive. Subscribe to Uncharted Narratives Surdiyat. Leave us a 5-star review. It helps more amazing people discover our stories. Share an episode that moved you with a colleague or friend. Connect with me on LinkedIn and join our healthcare innovation community. Together, we're not just telling stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in healthcare. See you in the next episode of Uncharted Narratives Surdiyat.